what's up? So today's video is going to be what was in my, oh my gosh, I just forgot the word. What was in my backpack for my first semester of nursing school. Also, P.S. sorry that I went a little extra on my eye makeup. If you hate it, I'm sorry, but I just got the new Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette and I wanted to test it out, so that's what happened. Okay, so for me, this video is actually like kind of funny to me because the day I came home from the last day of my first semester, I literally dropped my backpack in my guest bedroom and hadn't touched it since. So I'm hoping there are no surprises in here, no random lunches that I forgot to take out, because that would be a me thing to do, but we're gonna see what I had in here. But also, really quickly, I did want to mention I used for my laptop, because I brought my laptop to school every single day, and my iPad, I used a little like laptop carrying case that my dogs conveniently chewed up a little while ago, and I just haven't replaced it yet. But it has like a little handle. It's just a Marc Jacobs one, and yeah, that's what I would keep my iPad in, and my laptop, as well as charging cords. I have used that since the last semester, obviously. And like I said, if you can, I would bring an iPad and I would bring a laptop. There's lots of stuff going on, and I like to have everything where I needed it. If I needed to get a PowerPoint up real quick that I had on my iPad and I was already using my laptop, then I could multitask, if that makes sense, especially if you are studying at school that day, you know, if you have like a break or something. Now to the actual backpack portion. This is really heavy. I'm assuming I left books in here. So this is my backpack. I'm not sure. I know it's the North Face brand. I actually got it from Amazon. I get everything from Amazon. I got it from Amazon. I'm not sure the style, but I will link it down below once I go into my purchase history and I can find it. Yeah, but I love this backpack. There's lots of room for lots of stuff and lots of compartments. So first I'm just gonna show you what I had in the sides of the pocket. Okay, so I kept lots of pens in the side because I don't really like to write in pencil. Ow. I hate writing in pencil, actually, and I only like to write in pen. For me, it's easier when I'm writing stuff down because the pen glides more smoothly, and I tend to put a lot of pressure on a pencil and they tend to break super easily. All right, so on the other side, I just have, oh my gosh, okay. So I have my Claritin random pen, a highlighter, always have my highlighters, and an expo marker because I did like to write on the boards in the library, and a bunch of trash. And then, I don't know if you guys have heard of essential oils, but my friends and I, we always wear little bracelets and put on our mixtures of essential oils. And if anything, I think it just makes the mood more positive. Continuously smell it, you know, whether or not it's actually working, even if it is the placebo effect with the essential oils, I think it makes me happier and more calm during the day, so I like to wear it, but I actually broke mine, so that's what was in here. We're gonna go into this little pocket next. Flonase. Can you tell I was sick? I had like allergies. Okay, and then randomly I have my blood pressure cuff. I don't know why this is in here because they have some at school, but this is my little this is my little blood pressure cuff. It's super cute. I love it. Got it from Amazon. And then I just have my ibuprofen. I always brought this with me because I tend to get headaches a lot. I don't know if it's because I always have coffee every morning or not, or it might be the food I'm eating, but either way, if I got a headache, I wanted to get rid of it as soon as possible, or if I had cramps or something, so I always had it in my bag, and I've actually been looking for that, if we're being honest, so I'm glad I'm going through my backpack now, 2 months later. Okay, and then I have all of my colorful Sharpies. If you've watched my How I Study for Nursing School video, I like to color coordinate when I'm rewriting my notes, and especially when you are using those notes to study and you're reading them over and over again, I like to do them in color because if I write certain things in color, or I write, you know, certain portions in a different color, then I feel like I'm more likely to remember that, and I can actually have like, if I see it on the test, I can actually like visualize the color I wrote it in. Hope that makes sense. I think it helps just memory-wise. Okay, now we're going into the big pocket. I'm scared. Okay, well. So obviously on any given day, I'm gonna have different books in my backpack. Most likely I don't think I ever brought my fundamentals books to class unless I was studying for fundamentals that day. But if it was just a class day, I never brought that book. Way too heavy. But I do have both of my health assessment books in here. This is my lab booklet, and this is my actual regular booklet. Like I said, in this class we need to know every single thing, so I think I brought that to look at before the final. And if you're curious as to what the booklets actually look like this, and you just, every single time you're going to have the old card, onset, location, duration, blah, 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 what's wrong with them, and then it just goes into more questions on what's wrong with them, and then you have the examination portion where you write down what you find, and the clinical reasoning and what you diagnose them with at the end. And that's pretty much what happened for every single section of our lab manual. They're just divided up differently into like head, eyes, ears, nose, throat, mental, pain, blah, blah, blah. You get my point. But that was a little sneak peek into what that looks like if you're curious. All right, so I also have Post-it notes. Post-it notes are super handy. I like to write little notes on them, stick them in my binders if there's something I know I'm gonna forget, because believe it or not, I forget some very important things sometimes because my brain is just like all over the place. So as you can probably tell. So I like to put Post-it notes or notes in my phone to remind me. Oh gosh, okay, so for clinicals, we had to have name bags, obviously, and I bought these, and they came in like a pack of 40, and so I always had extra in case any of my classmates needed one, and like everyone was walking around with the breast cancer awareness name tag things. Okay, so I also had lotion, didn't know that was in there. Ooh, and my little portable charger, because if you know me, you know my phone is literally always dead, which is great. And then I have my little agenda. It's super cute. God, I'm not even gonna tell you where I got this. You probably know where I got this from. I mainly used it for like the monthly stuff, so you can see like where the exams are and all that kind of stuff, which makes my life look super hectic, but that's what I use that for. Oh my gosh, no. Oh no. Okay, so also, I like to bring my lunch in Target bags. It's freaking gross. We're gonna pretend like that wasn't there. These are just old study guides that I had printed out, but then I decided not to print out my study guides anymore because they are like 20, 40 pages long, depending upon what class it's for, so I stopped printing them out. And then this is just another bag with more highlighters, pens, expo markers, anything you need to write with is in this bag. Okay, so next I have one of my binders in here. Ugh. $3.70. Oh, so this is my Concepts of Nursing binder that I have in here. Yeah, basically I have my study guides that I started to write out in here, and handouts, anything that we were given. And then always in the back of my binders I have plain notebook paper, because like I said, when I'm rewriting my notes or writing out a study guide, I like to do it on plain notebook paper. It's just a lot easier to concentrate than, for me, like instead of having the lined paper. And then within that, oh gosh, like this is showing you how hectic it gets towards the end of the semester. At the end of the semester, everyone's brains are like fried and everyone's just okay, well, that was my fast med urgent care because I had pharyngitis the last week of school. And then also in here I had my pathophysiology notes, I'm assuming because, like I said, our finals were all like really clustered together, so I was probably studying for it at the exact same time. Also, So like this is what I would do. I would print them out and then write for pathophysiology, because her PowerPoints are like 80 pages long and there's no way I'm rewriting 80 pages. Nobody has time for that. I actually did like the first exam, but then after that everything is so clustered together that you just don't have time. I have seen some of your comments asking for me to share my notes. The thing is, schools are going to, they might be the same class, but you know, you might be taught in a different sequential order. You might be taught different things. For example, the lab values, they might be different depending upon where you are in the United States or out of the United States, because they do vary, you know, depending upon where you are. I put them up there. I think either way, like you can, I mean, my study guides are like, they're pretty long. They're not like one page, because you are tested on a lot of things, but I think I might do that. And if you want to use it or look at it, you can. And if you don't and you think it's not useful, then you don't have to use it. But I'm here to help you guys too, because I sure as hell could have used it. Okay, so I also had this hole puncher for my white computer paper that I would use to obviously punch holes in it to put it in my binder. Just an assignment I got handed back. So that actually just reminded me, when you are going into your first semester of nursing school, you need to ask the teachers if you have like a paper or a writing assignment that has, it says up to 2 pages or 2 pages. You need to ask them if you'll get points taken off for writing too much, because I'm actually going to show this to you. It's honestly a little irritating, but for my nursing paper, I wrote 3. So in the instructions, it said the student will turn in a 2-page paper. And usually in my other classes, you know, I would go above and beyond, and I would usually get, you know, really good grades because I did more than the minimum. But unfortunately, this teacher literally wrote a line. I know it's really crinkly, but she wrote a line in my paper where she stopped grading because she just assumed that we knew that it wasn't supposed to be more than 2, even though it wasn't on the rubric, but that's okay. So I learned that lesson, and now you know that you need to ask your teachers if you will get points taken off. This is very dirty. This is my little notebook that I always wrote my notes in, and I have little sections for each class, and if you watch my How I Study for Nursing School video, you know why it's highlighted crazy like that. And like I said, I like to handwrite my notes, but towards the end of the semester, there were a couple of days where I typed them out because it was crunch time, didn't have time to write it, and I wanted to get everything done, or I was just having a really bad day. So yes, my backpack has now been taken apart and cleaned out finally. So yes, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little video. I hope you now have some idea of what you're gonna have in your backpack. It's not going to be a light backpack, that's for sure. So yes, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate it. And until next time, bye.